And now, for an amazing true story from the book of Genesis, chapters 18, 21, and 22.
When Abram and Sarai were first married, they waited each year for a child.
What do you think of this cradle?
It's perfect.
The seasons came and the seasons went with no baby. They tucked away the cradle and went on with their lives. Then when Abram was 75 years old, God spoke to him.
I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you. All nations on earth will be blessed because of you. Wouldn't that mean having children? At least one?
Over the following years, God had promised Abram and Sarai a child many times. He even changed their names to Abraham, meaning father of many, and Sarah, meaning princess. But by the time Abraham was 100 years old, they still had no children.
Well, I can hardly keep up with the cooking and cleaning now, much less a toddler.
One day, the Lord appeared with 3 travelers under the large trees just outside of Abraham's tent. Abraham rushed out to honor his guests.
My Lord, don't pass me by. Let me get you something to eat to give you strength.
Abraham and Sarah prepared an excellent pot roast and crusty bread for their guests.
Have some more butter. Sarah's famous for her barley bread. Where is your wife? Just over there in the tent. I will return this time next year. Sarah will have a son.
Back inside the tent, Sarah overheard these words and gasped.
Ooh, a baby? Now? I'm almost 90. Oh, that kind of joy isn't for us.
She imagined trying to chase a baby around the tent. The thought was so ridiculous, she laughed out loud.
Why did Sarah laugh? Is anything too hard for me?
Sarah tugged aside the wall of the tent, face flaming.
I didn't laugh.
Yes, you did.
Even though Abraham and Sarah were old enough to be great-great-grandparents, Sarah did have a baby, exactly a year later.
Oh, look at all that hair.
This little boy is impossible, but somehow he's here anyway, just like God promised.
Oh, God sure got a sense of humor.
That's it. We'll call our son Isaac.
Laughter. Oh, yes, God has given us laughter. Everyone who hears about this will laugh.
Isaac grew quickly.
Oh, don't let him fall in the well.
Abraham loved his son more deeply than he believed was possible. It was his delight to pass along everything he had learned in his long life.
When you shear a sheep, make sure you've got a good grip.
He's running away with me.
Abraham shared his love for the one true God.
Just look at the stars.
1, 2, wait, there are a bunch more behind those.
God made every single one. They all listen to his voice.
Abraham too continued listening to God as he worked in the fields or sat under the vast sky at night.
Abraham,
Here I am.
take your son, the one you love. Take Isaac. Go to Moriah. Give him to me there as a burnt offering. Sacrifice him on one of the mountains I will tell you about.
It felt to Abraham as if the entire world had slammed to a stop.
My son. My son.
God had asked him to do difficult things before, but nothing like this. Abraham flung himself down into the dirt, trying to make sense of this impossible request.
God promised me Isaac. He promised Isaac's children would form a great nation. So if he's asking me to give him Isaac now, well, I believe he's got a bigger plan. I believe he could even bring my son back to life.
Early the next morning, Abraham cut wood for the burnt offering and saddled up his donkey.
Let me help you up, Isaac. We're going on a trip.
For days, Abraham and Isaac and 2 servants traveled across the plain. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked and saw the mountain rising ahead. He turned to the servants.
Stay here with the donkey. The boy and I will climb the mountain to worship. Then we'll come back.
Abraham took up a flaming torch, while Isaac carried the wood for the sacrifice.
Father,
Yes, my son.
I've got the wood and you've got the fire. But what about the lamb for the burnt offering?
Isaac knew the way they give thanks to God was offering something of value on an altar, usually an animal, like a sheep.
God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering.
When they reached the top of the mountain, Abraham built an altar. Each stone he stacked felt like a weight on his heart. Feeling numb, Abraham arranged the wood, tied cords around Isaac, then placed his only son on top of the wood. Then he picked up his knife.
Abraham, Abraham.
Abraham froze. He could see no one.
Here I am.
Do not lay a hand on the boy.
Abraham fell to his knees, weeping with relief.
Now I know you have respect for God. You have not held back from me your only son.
At that moment, Abraham spotted a ram trapped in the brush. God had provided an animal for the sacrifice.
Thank you, Lord.
Shaking with relief, Abraham released Isaac. Together they captured the ram and sacrificed it to God on the altar. The angel of the Lord called out to Abraham once more.
I will bless you, because you have not held back from me your only son. All nations on earth will be blessed because of your children. This will happen because you have obeyed me.
Together, Abraham and Isaac returned to the place where they had left the servants. On the way home, Abraham's heart was much lighter. Even though he loved his son Isaac more than anything else on earth, he had shown his deeper love for God by trusting that God had a bigger plan.